Hey, paper highlighter fam! Buckle up because we've got a full buffet of 90-day disasters and delights. First up, Tigerlily Taylor may be hinting at both a breakup and a pregnancy. After 2 years of protecting Adnan from the haters, she posted a cryptic wedding throwback with the line, "Some forevers end sooner." Is this a soft launch for The Last Resort or the real deal? Meanwhile, Robert and Annie bring fans to tears in the 90-Day Diaries Season 7 premiere. After the devastating loss of their son Adriel, they introduced their rainbow baby boy Eliel in an emotional hospital scene that fans are already calling unforgettable. Next, Jasmine Pineda sparks outrage by calling her own sons useless, and then Matt doubles down by labeling their unborn daughter an obstacle. Fans are dragging them both. Are we watching a couple implode in real time? Over in Breakup Central, Meitalia is selling off her wedding and engagement rings. $1,899 for a size 4 sparkler. But does this mean it's over with James? Or are they just setting the stage for The Last Resort? And if you thought things couldn't get pettier, Jovi straight up tells Yara her teenage photos were the worst. Yup, her husband. Cue Yara's death glare, a balcony joke, and fans demanding he do better. In comic relief, newcomer Chloe admits she doesn't know how to use a stove, like at all. Flames, gas, mosquito coils. It's all too much. Johnny looks like he aged 10 years in 5 minutes. Across the globe, Luke shows up unannounced in Colombia to win back Madeline. She looks furious, then melts into a hug. Is this true romance or straight-up toxic whiplash? And finally, 90-Day Diaries is back. Colt and Cortney, Sophie and Rob, Sam and Citra, Jovi and Yara, plus maybe Chantel, Big Ed, even Kenny and Armando. The cast list is stacked and messy. Now, let's dive headfirst into the Tigerlily and Adnan saga, because that wedding photo split has everyone talking. Tigerlily Taylor just dropped a bomb so cryptic, fans can't decide if she's single, pregnant, or auditioning for the next Last Resort season. Tigerlily and Adnan's story has always been messy. Remember, this is the couple that screamed red flags from the jump. She ditched her independence, transformed into what she called a submissive wife, and defended him against endless accusations of toxicity. Fans have always said she deserved better, but Tigerlily stuck by him. Until now. Cue Instagram drama. On their 2-year anniversary, Tigerlily posted a photo of herself in her wedding gown. But here's the twist. She sliced the image with a dividing line. Over the picture, she wrote, "2 years ago today, I stood here in this dress believing it was forever, but some forever and sooner than we dream." Whew, that post alone was enough to send the fandom into full-scale speculation. Was this her breakup announcement, or was it just another breadcrumb leading to a TV paycheck? But she didn't stop there. Tigerlily added more fuel by referencing peace, my children, and the new blessing I quietly carry. Naturally, fans latched onto that last part. New blessing? To many, that screamed pregnancy. Suddenly, the comment section exploded. Is she leaving Adnan while also expecting his baby? It doesn't help that just weeks ago, Tigerlily and Adnan were on vacation together, looking picture perfect. She was filming him cooking in the kitchen, laughing, smiling, the works. So this sudden shift has people wondering, are they genuinely done, or is this a PR stunt? A popular Reddit thread floated a theory that had jaws on the floor. One user wrote, "This feels like a soft launch for Last Resort Season 3. TLC loves these mysterious breakup storylines." Others chimed in, pointing out the timing. Multiple couples have recently staged dramatic splits, from Darcy and Georgie to Meitalia and James. The theory goes that TLC producers are stacking the deck with combustible pairings for the next resort run. Meanwhile, Tigerlily's language has fans divided. Some believe she's taken steps to protect her mental well-being and truly closing the chapter on Adnan. They point to the somber, almost liberating tone of her post. Others are convinced she's manipulating the narrative, dropping baby hints, breakup vibes, and self-growth quotes like confetti just to keep the spotlight on. And here's the kicker. Tigerlily hasn't clarified anything. No denial, no confirmation. Just radio silence after her cryptic captions. In the world of 90 Day Stars, silence is louder than words. It keeps the hype machine running and the comments flowing. Don't touch that dial, because this roller coaster isn't stopping here. Up next, Robert and Annie are sharing the rawest, most emotional moment of their lives as they welcome their rainbow baby boy. This moment has been years in the making, and it's raw, it's real, and it's everything viewers hoped for. Let's rewind. Back in 2022, Robert, Springs, and Anny Francisco faced unimaginable tragedy. Their son, Adriel, passed away suddenly at just 7 months old. It was a loss that sent shockwaves through the 90-day community. Fans feared the grief might tear them apart, but instead, Robert and Annie leaned on each other, taking the time to grieve privately and heal slowly. Now, in the premiere of 90 Day Diaries Season 7, the cameras captured their comeback. And it's not just another storyline, it's their rainbow after the storm. Robert kicks things off in the episode with his trademark humor, filming Annie as she gets prepped for delivery. He teases her about doing her eyebrows and hair before their date night. Only this time, the date is with their new baby. Fans couldn't help but laugh and cry at the same time, because this wasn't just banter, it was Robert trying to ease his wife's nerves. Annie, meanwhile, admitted she was terrified. After losing Adriel, the thought of delivering another baby boy brought waves of anxiety. She confessed, "I've been thinking a lot about having a baby boy again. I was shaking, sweating, and so nervous." But behind that fear was hope, and the episode captured her vulnerability perfectly. And then, the big moment. Their son, Eliel, was born weighing in at 9 pounds, 7 ounces. Robert, overwhelmed, introduced him to the world right there on camera. He told Annie the baby looked just like Adriel. She agreed through tears, kissing and smelling her newborn as if she couldn't quite believe he was real. Fans in the comment sections were quick to send their love, calling Eliel a blessing and celebrating the couple's resilience. One wrote, "You can see Adriel shining through his little brother. This is healing in the purest form." Another added, "Robert and Annie deserve this happiness more than anyone." The outpouring of support highlights why this moment hit so hard. In a franchise dominated by breakups, scandals, and messy social media wars, Robert and Annie are delivering something rare: authenticity. Their story isn't about shock value, it's about survival, about love, and about the hope that comes after heartbreak. And fans are also wondering if TLC will give them a bigger platform. Could this chapter lead to a spin-off, focus more on their family life? Some insiders think so, especially after seeing how engaged the fandom was with this episode. Stick around, because the emotional roller coaster takes a hard turn. Jasmine Pineda is under fire again, this time for calling her own sons useless while sparking a gender war with Matt. This was supposed to be a happy moment. Jasmine had just learned she and Matt are expecting a baby girl, and the cameras caught every bit of her initial excitement. She beamed, she dreamed, and then, well, things spiraled. Let's start with Jasmine. When Matt's lukewarm reaction to the gender reveal became clear, she lost it. Instead of celebrating, she snapped, dredging up her painful past. Jasmine raged, "Why are all men like that? They all want a boy, boy, boy. Boys are useless." The problem? Jasmine already has 2 sons living in Panama, and fans noticed immediately. Reddit threads lit up with disbelief. How could a mother dismiss her own kids so publicly? One top comment read, "Imagine being her sons and watching your mom say this on TV. Absolutely heartbreaking." Another user called her out for the hypocrisy. Jasmine constantly cries about her father abandoning her, yet she abandoned her own kids for a shot at fame. To viewers, it felt like the mask slipped. She wasn't just lashing out at Matt, she was revealing her real feelings. And then came Matt's turn to blow it. Instead of reassuring Jasmine or even showing some excitement for his daughter, he muttered that the baby was another little obstacle. Yes, obstacle. Not blessing, not miracle, obstacle. The fandom erupted. Twitter dragged him as the poster child of fragile masculinity, and Instagram comments piled on with lines like, "If you can't handle having a daughter, maybe you shouldn't be a dad at all." The whole exchange became a case study in what not to say during a pregnancy. On one side, Jasmine dismissing sons as worthless. On the other, Matt treating daughters as burdens. Together, it painted a picture of a couple stuck in a toxic tug-of-war with their unborn child already caught in the middle. What really pushed fans over the edge was the tone. Jasmine didn't seem remorseful, she seemed defiant. And Matt didn't backpedal, he doubled down. Redditors speculated this might be scripted drama for TLC, but even if it is, it felt way too personal and way too damaging to shrug off. Meanwhile, some viewers said this was their last straw with the couple. "I can't root for Jasmine anymore. Calling your kids useless is unforgivable," one fan declared. Others admitted they were hate-watching at this point, curious to see how much lower things could go. The irony is that Jasmine has worked hard to craft the sympathetic storyline: abandoned daughter, struggling immigrant, woman trying to find love, and just a few words, she may have torched all that goodwill. And with Matt fueling the fire, this duo might be walking themselves straight into villain status for the rest of the season. Keep it locked, because if you thought that was messy, the next scandal is dripping in diamonds. Meitalia just put her wedding and engagement rings up for sale, and fans think it's her way of screaming that her marriage with James is over. When it comes to 90-day couples, Meitalia and James were always a lightning rod. Their season 6 storyline was packed with emotional breakdowns, messy cultural clashes, and enough tears to flood a soundstage. But fans rooted for them anyway, because underneath all the drama was a love story that, for better or worse, felt real. After their failed attempt to build a life in Indonesia, the couple moved back to the US, promising fans they were stronger than ever. For months, their social media accounts were sprinkled with cozy updates, cute selfies, sweet captions, and plenty of dog pics featuring Meitalia's beloved pup, Jojo. Then came the bombshell. Out of nowhere, screenshots began circulating showing Meitalia's personal listing, a 14-carat white gold band with a 1.25-carat princess white sapphire diamond, size 4, priced at $1,899. Her caption? "Selling to pay bills, and because I don't need it." Fans didn't miss a beat. Comments poured in. How do you not need your wedding ring unless you're not married anymore? Another added, "This screams divorce energy." What made things even spicier is what's missing. Lately, Meitalia's feed has been a James-free zone. No couple pics, no shout-outs, not even a casual mention. Instead, it's all JoJo all the time. For reality TV detectives, that silence is deafening. And let's not forget her history. Meitalia was known for her emotional volatility on the show, sobbing one minute, ecstatic the next. So fans are debating, is this just another dramatic move to grab attention, or the hard truth that the marriage has hit a wall? Adding fuel to the fire, blogger 90-Day Fiancé Alexa shared the ring listing with the caption, "Yikes, looks like Meitalia is done playing house." That post alone sparked hundreds of comments, with some predicting she and James are already divorced, while others believe it's a setup for TLC's last resort. After all, Tigerlily and Adnan's cryptic posts have people speculating the same thing. Could TLC be lining up a cast of maybe split couples for season 3? Still, a few fans are pumping the brakes. Some suggest Meitalia might simply be strapped for cash, and pawning the ring doesn't necessarily equal a breakup. After all, reality TV stardom doesn't always pay the bills, and a ring sitting in a jewelry box won't keep the lights on. Stick around, because if you thought selling your wedding rings was cold, wait until you hear this next one. Matt just called his own unborn daughter an obstacle, and fans are dragging him like never before. Jasmine and Matt were sitting in front of cameras, waiting for what should have been one of the happiest announcements of their lives. They had just found out they were expecting a baby girl. But instead of balloons, confetti, and warm hugs, we got one of the coldest reactions in 90-day history. Matt, straight-faced, muttered that having a girl felt like another little obstacle. Let that sink in. An obstacle. Not a blessing, not a gift. A roadblock. And he said it on national TV. The moment instantly detonated across social media. Fans slammed him as tone-deaf, cruel, and the embodiment of toxic masculinity. One Redditor summed it up: if you can't handle your kid's gender, maybe don't have kids at all. And the context made it even uglier. Jasmine, who was already spiraling into pageant fantasies for the baby, was visibly devastated. Instead of support, she got a partner framing their child as a burden before she's even born. Twitter threads exploded with outrage. Memes compared Matt to the worst reality TV dads. Captions like, "Congratulations, you've already lost Father of the Year," racked up thousands of likes. Even Instagram fan pages that usually stay neutral posted side-by-side screenshots of Jasmine glowing and Matt sulking, asking bluntly, who deserves better? But here's the kicker. This isn't the first time Matt's words have left viewers fuming. He's developed a pattern of blunt, borderline dismissive remarks about the pregnancy. Fans have clocked how often he brings up his preference for a boy, treating the idea of a daughter like something to get over. And this comment, an obstacle, became the straw that broke the fandom's back. Some viewers think Matt's choice of words reveals something deeper, his need to control circumstances that aren't his to dictate. Parenting isn't a custom order situation, and fans are asking, if he's already resentful now, what happens when his daughter grows up and notices? Meanwhile, Jasmine didn't exactly cover herself in glory either. Just episodes ago, she was the one lashing out, calling her own sons useless in a fit of anger. Fans pointed out the hypocrisy. Jasmine devalues boys. Matt devalues girls. Together, they've managed to alienate both genders and possibly their entire audience. And while some speculate it's TLC rage bait, scripted for maximum outrage, others aren't buying it. One fan tweeted, even if producers told him to be spicy, those words came out of his mouth. No excuse. And just when you think we've hit rock bottom, the next story proves there's always room for more chaos. Chloe, the brand new cast member, admits she doesn't even know how to use a stove, and her move to Aruba is already going up in smoke. Chloe's storyline was supposed to be dreamy. She flew from Boston to Aruba, leaving behind a high-paying marketing career and a posh lifestyle, all to start fresh with her pirate chic boyfriend, Johnny. But instead of romantic island vibes, fans got the most bizarre revelation yet. Chloe has never used a stove in her life. Yes, you heard that right. The TLC sneak peek shows Chloe wandering into Johnny's kitchen like it's a haunted house. When he encourages her to make something simple, she freezes, wide-eyed, and asks, "Does this thing need a lighter?" Cue Johnny's disbelief. Chloe explains that back in Boston, whenever her family wanted breakfast, lunch, or dinner, they just went out to eat. Nobody ever stayed home to cook. So she's never turned on a stove. Not once. Fans watching were floored. How do you grow up in America, live independently, and not know how to scramble an egg? But it gets worse. Johnny's stove isn't electric, it's gas. That means flames, knobs, and the occasional whiff of fuel. As Chloe fiddles nervously, she smells gas and panics, backing away like the burners are about to explode. Her paranoia ramps up when she notices the mosquito coil burning beside it, describing it as hot and smoky, as if the whole kitchen were a fire hazard waiting to happen. Johnny, trying to be patient, insists it's safe. But the scene is pure chaos. Chloe mutters about maybe being able to cook eggs one day, while clearly terrified of even touching the stove. For viewers, it was comedy gold. One fan wrote on Reddit, "She left Boston for Aruba and can't cook rice. Johnny, my condolences." Another joked, "Forget 90-day fiancé, it's now 90-day takeout." And of course, the memes are rolling in. Twitter exploded with side-by-side pics of Chloe versus a stove captioned "Mortal Enemies." Others dubbed her Princess Takeout or Gas Stove Girl. TLC may not have intended this to be the breakout storyline, but fans are obsessed. The bigger question, what does this mean for her relationship? Johnny was already taking a gamble bringing Chloe to Aruba, and now fans are wondering if her lack of basic life skills will drive a wedge between them. After all, island life is very different from Boston brunch culture. Some speculate she'll either adapt or flame out, literally and figuratively. Still, some viewers defended Chloe, pointing out that lots of people raised in urban, wealthy households eat out constantly and never cook. One user commented, "This isn't uncommon. It's just rare to see it broadcast so honestly." But for most, this scene solidified Chloe as one of the most intentionally hilarious cast members this season. And just when you thought the cringe couldn't get any stronger, oh, it does. Jovi just roasted Yara's teenage photos on national TV, calling them the worst, and fans say he might be sleeping on the balcony after this one. The scene started lighthearted. Jovi, Yara, Lauren, and Alexi were enjoying a night out, swapping stories and laughing over their most embarrassing teenage moments. Alexi pulled up photos of himself with blonde spikes and a lip piercing, proudly showing off his edgy phase. Lauren laughed, admitting she looked pretty much the same as she did in high school. But then Jovi, never one to filter his words, chimed in about Yara. While looking through her old pictures, he smirked and declared, "Yara's are the worst. This person is unrecognizable." The energy in the room shifted instantly. Lauren jumped in to defend her co-star, telling Jovi she thought Yara looked beautiful. Jovi quickly tried to backpedal, agreeing she was beautiful, but the damage was done. Yara, half joking, half serious, snapped back that he should go sleep on the balcony. Later, in her confessional, Yara revealed just how much the comment stung. She explained that growing up, her family compared her looks to others constantly, which left her struggling with insecurities. And here was her husband on national TV, basically confirming her worst fears. Fans were furious. One Reddit thread blew up with hundreds of comments dragging Jovi for insensitivity. One fan wrote, "If you know your wife struggles with body image, why would you humiliate her on camera?" Another added, "Jovi has proved that honesty without tact is just cruelty." Twitter echoed the outrage, with users posting memes of Yara's unimpressed face and captions like, "Pray for Jovi, he won't survive this one." Others pointed out the hypocrisy. Jovi has hardly been an Adonis himself on the show, so who is he to judge anyone else's teenage glow-up? To make matters worse, fans say this isn't the first time Jovi has taken low blows at Yara. His blunt, often dismissive comments have been a recurring theme in their storyline. While some viewers chalk it up to Jovi being Jovi, others argue it shows a lack of respect. But here's the twist. Some fans thought the moment was actually kind of hilarious. One Instagram comment read, "Yara should post those teenage pics herself and own it. Jovi can go suck." Another joked, "If this is the worst thing Jovi's done, Yara's having a good season." Still, the overarching vibe is that Yara deserves better. Between raising their daughter Mila, handling Jovi's work trips, and juggling her own insecurities, the last thing she needed was her husband casually tearing her down in front of friends and cameras. Don't touch that dial because the drama isn't just about individual couples, it's about the whole franchise. The new season of 90 Day Diaries just dropped its cast lineup, and the names on this list will have fans buzzing. First up, Colt and Cortney. Yes, Colt, Mr. Cat Mom himself, is back, and he's paired with Cortney. Fans have been dying to know whether these two are still together, and now we're finally going to see if this match has staying power, or if it's another TLC implosion waiting to happen. Then there's Sophie and Rob, who made waves on Happily Ever After. Their constant push-pull left fans exhausted, and Diaries promises to reveal whether they've grown stronger or just grown apart. Add Sam and Citra into the mix, new parents adjusting to life with their first child, and you've got a recipe for equal parts wholesome and chaotic. Of course, TLC knows fans can't resist a little controversy, so Big Ed and Chantel are also on the roster. Yes, Ed, No Neck Brown, and Chantel Everett are back to stir the pot. Rumors have swirled about Chantel's dating life, including her alleged fling with her friend Ashley that had her mom Karen fuming. Diaries is expected to dive headfirst into all of that messy fallout. Jovi and Yara are also back, and this time the stakes are personal. Cameras will capture Yara nervously preparing for her U.S. citizenship test, a storyline fans have been waiting to see. But that's not all. Teasers hint at marital turmoil, including Yara reportedly initiating divorce proceedings. If true, this would be one of the biggest shakeups of the season. And speaking of babies, Robert and Annie will melt hearts once again. After their devastating loss of son Adriel, they're ready to share the birth of their rainbow baby Eliel. Fans already teared up during the Diaries premiere clips, watching Annie's nerves and Robert's humor collide in the delivery room. But wait, there's more. Sam and Citra adjusting to parenting is bound to be relatable chaos. Cleo from Before the 90 Days is popping back in with updates, and then there are deep cuts for diehards. Caesar from The Single Life Season 3 and Tyree from Season 4 both making surprising returns. Viewers are already speculating what bombshells they'll drop, since TLC doesn't bring people back unless there's drama in the pipeline. Finally, Kenny and Armando, who swore they were done with filming, are reportedly making a comeback. Fans can't decide if they're thrilled or skeptical. Some think their story wrapped perfectly, others want to see if marriage bliss still holds after the camera stopped. Season 7 premieres Friday, September 26 at 9 p.m. Eastern Time Pacific, and based on this cast lineup, TLC clearly isn't holding back. From heartbreak to healing, divorces to do-overs, 90 Day Diaries is serving up the raw and unfiltered drama fans crave. Keep it locked because the Diaries lineup isn't the only thing shocking fans this week. Luke thought surprising Madeline in Colombia would win her heart back, but her reaction left viewers stunned. Luke and Madeline's relationship has been a roller coaster from the start. After leaving Colombia to return to his job in the U.S., Luke promised he'd come back soon to marry her. But weeks stretched into months, and Madeline grew frustrated. She demanded he return quickly and questioned whether he was really committed. So, what did Luke do? He decided to go big or go home. In a move that TLC teased as romantic, Luke hopped a plane back to Colombia, bouquet in hand, ready to sweep Madeline off her feet. Cameras followed him as he marched straight into her salon, grinning from ear to ear. But instead of tears of joy, fans got crickets and side-eye. Madeline was in the middle of doing her mom Sandra's nails when Luke appeared out of nowhere. Her first words weren't, "I missed you" or "I love you." They were basically, "What are you doing here?" Luke, trying to keep the mood light, handed her the flowers and asked if she liked the surprise. She looked anything but thrilled. For a moment, it seemed like the reunion was headed for disaster. But then, in a whiplash twist, she lunged forward, grabbed him, and kissed him passionately, right in front of her mom and other salon clients. Confused yet? You're not alone. Fans immediately jumped online to parse every second of the exchange. Was she mad? Was she secretly thrilled? Or was this just Madeline playing it up for the cameras? Reddit threads lit up. One user wrote, "She was furious at first, but then she practically tackled him with kisses. Talk about mixed signals." Another added, "She gave him an ultimatum to come back, so why act shocked when he shows up? The drama feels fake." Twitter wasn't any kinder. Memes popped up with captions like, "When you're mad at Bae, but he brings flowers anyway," alongside gifs of people fake rolling their eyes before smiling. Others criticized Luke directly, saying, "Unannounced visits scream red flag more than romantic gesture." The bigger issue, the couple's finances. Luke had already invested in an apartment in Colombia, but tensions flared when he hesitated to put Madeline's name on the paperwork. Fans suspect this money drama is the real source of their conflict, and the surprise visit was Luke's attempt to smooth things over with flowers and affection instead of hard conversations. Meanwhile, Sandra, the mom in the salon chair, looked bemused the entire time. Viewers couldn't stop laughing at her deadpan expression as her daughter went from angry to swooning in seconds. One fan joked, "Sandra deserves her own spinoff. Her side eye carried that whole scene." If you love messy recaps like this, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss an update, and drop your hot takes in the comments. Oh, and don't forget to follow us across socials for all the extras we can't fit in here. And tomorrow, we're diving into a 90-day shocker that has fans saying this could change the franchise. You won't want to miss it. This is Paper Highlighter, where the tea is hot and the shade is even hotter. Stay fabulous, Fame Fam.